We're in the Apalachicola National Forest. We're on the site of the Historic Langston House. This was a 19th century homestead. We're very near the Apalachicola River, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I may not be. This is a very interesting structure. I just found out about this researching for this trip. Accidentally found out about it completely. Sheer serendipity. It's not advertised. It's on a few maps. It's not preserved at all. It's open. We're able to go in and out of it. We're going to show you that in a moment. There's this really cool path leading off to who knows where in the back we're going to check out. But for right now, we just wanted to document and view this structure. This is pretty amazing homestead. Very formidable structure for the time. As the lovely research assistant has just pointed out, this has also been fitted for electricity at some point. So that would go back probably to the 20s, 30s, or 40s when someone else took this house over. But of course this was built pre-electricity. And it does look like it's got a fairly recent tin roof on it. When I say fairly recent, I'll qualify that by saying it's probably less than 100 years old. The rest of it is original, classic cracker construction, very, very, very old. So we're going to take a look at that and see what's what. They don't advertise this place, so not everybody just comes up here and checks it out. I found out, like I said, by accident, and had to see it. Had to see it. And again, the lovely research assistant pointed out the correct way, because there were 3 different maps that I had that were giving me 3 different directions. If I'd have gone on the first one, I'd still be going the wrong way. This is highly, highly unusual. I mean, I can't even describe how unusual this is. I don't know if I've ever seen one of these pre-restoration. I mean, this has not been restored. This is completely, totally, there aren't any rangers around. There was no admission. There were no signs pointing to it. We just kept looking till we found it. This is amazing. This is absolutely astonishing. I'm nervous to go around each one of these corners to step on these boards if they'll hold my weight, and to find out what in the heck I'm going to see in here. Any critter that wanted to can come in here. This is astonishing. It's absolutely amazing. Of course, you're going to have every mud dauber in the planet there. There's an electric outlet that's been fitted. There's a box over there in the corner. It has the old, very, very old fuse system of breaking the electricity, the electrical current. Excuse me. And I haven't yet had a chance to photograph this bad boy. This particular day, in terms of exploration and finds and that sort of thing, is not gone as well as I would have liked. And this is Sunday. Saturday didn't. There were some interesting things Saturday, but there were some things that didn't pan out as well. But this more than makes up for it. Here, the old fireplace has been retrofitted to hold a wood burning stove. This is really exciting stuff right here, man. You just don't get to walk into these kind of buildings willy-nilly without some sort of ranger telling you about it. And I don't know if this is a built after situation back here, an addition, I should say, or if this was part of the original structure. I tend to believe it was part of the original structure. But it's also pretty astonishing. So we're being very, very careful with our footsteps. and not to walk too quickly, because we don't know what's in here. There's all kind of critters and creatures and whatnot could be roaming around here. As you can see, this place is wide ass open. There's still some stuff hung on the, there's an old Spalding hand pump, but I'm sure that's not historic, but somebody has left that here. And obviously this is left by someone who came in not too far in the distant past. Here's some old boards here. All right, so we're going to go outside and we're going to check everything out from the outside. Get a good view of the exterior of the house. You see this old wood is the classic old cracker construction wood. And again, we're in we're in Apalachicola National Forest, so we're 50 miles from the Georgia and or Alabama border, depending on if we went straight up or not. Oh, yeah. And they've put a fence around here with a gate. It's just a classic little old, not even chicken wire. Chickens could go right through that. Find out more about this after I get back home. Find out some of the history about it. That's pretty astonishing right there. That actually makes the whole trip worthwhile. It certainly redeems this particular day. I don't know how long ago, but somebody built this path here. There's a path leading, and it leads all the way back out. I don't know where. We're going to check that out in a little bit. So I don't know really anything about the family, what they did here. I know they homesteaded. That usually would mean or include raising some sort of farming type situation, vegetables, whatever, I don't know. Might have involved livestock as well. Don't know. I'll do more research on that. This little path is cool. It almost suggests that at one time this was displayed, but that's been a long time ago. It doesn't look to me like it's ever been restored. They might have just had everything closed off to where you could just come and go around it, but never in it. I don't know. I have to find more about it. This path is intriguing. They spent a lot of time and effort on this path. It's all overgrown now, but it's all also with stones, little pebbles and stuff like that. So anyway, we're going to check that out and photograph it. Go out the back and see what we can find out there on that path. Brenda's already probably down to the very end of it, on her way back by now. She'll tell me everything about it. She'll certainly know more about it than I will. What'd you find out, baby? Okay. I was just saying, I bet you she's already found out where it goes and is on the way back and be able to tell me all about it.
Structure, a little wood where they probably dip their buckets or something.
Cool.
It goes straight to the creek.
So I guess that's the Ochlocnir, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but that is what they said, you know, they were on the quote-unquote banks or shores or whatever nearby. I forget how they worded it. So anyway, that was cool, and we're going to photograph it now, and we're going to go down to the river and see what's down there. We're out.